give you my heart.
In this video, you will be learning that what is class and object with examples. Okay, so what is class? Class is a collection of object. Okay, so object, what is object? Object is something that has some characteristics or something like that. As for dogs, if dog is a object, then what type of characteristics it has like barking and that all things. So for, let's take a live example. If I'm taking a class of 12th class, okay, so the 12th class, so for I'm representing class 12th as a class, and inside that everything inside that particular class, everything is an object, like a table, chairs, and many more things like dusters. These are the objects which has certain characteristics, like duster is used for rubbing the board and many things. Okay, so let's start with an example. As you already know the core concept of class and objects, okay, if you had learned C++. Now let's start with some examples. For I'm writing a class. What's the syntax of the class? So I'm writing the firstly a syntax of the class. So let's start with a class, then name of the class. Here there will be a name of class like this. It's a good practice to start with a capital. Okay, so if you will write this, then also it will be okay. If you will not write a parentheses, then also it will be okay. Okay, so what I have to do is, inside this particular class there's a particular method. Names is init method. It is a special method. Later on we will be discussing all the special methods. Okay, so what I have to do is just to create a function, means just create a method in this class. Okay, so this is a special method. It is like a constructor. What it does is, sorry, something went wrong. Yeah, it is like a constructor. What it will be done is automatically, it is called automatically, means this method is called automatically when some object is created. Okay, so let me see by live, like I'm passing here self as well as two parameters. So param1 and param2, like this. I'm passing the two parameters. Now what I have to do is just assign that. So self dot param1 which is equals to param1. Okay, like this. Param2 self dot param2 which is equals to param2. Okay, perfect. Now this is the init method. Okay, what is self keyword used for? It acts like a this. It acts like a this keyword. If you had learned C++, don't worry, I will be teaching what is used for self. Like, what is self keyword used for? Like say for this is an attribute, okay, and there are various methods inside it. So what does self do is, it will tell that I am the attribute or a method of this particular class, name of class. Only this purpose self keyword is used. Okay, so let's create a different method. It is a special method. You will be using init method in all the classes and all the things for assigning, like for assigning this attribute param1 and this variable. Now what this particular statement do is a self dot param1. Param1, I am the variable. It tells self. What does the self tells? Param1, I am the element, means I am the variable of this particular class, means name of a class, this class. Okay, so let's create let's create our own method. So therefore I'm writing a method. Sorry, I wrote the spelling wrong. Method, yeah, perfect. Okay, inside what I have to do is pass a self keyword for telling that I am the method of this particular class, and inside support I'm printing self dot parameter 1. Okay, so what you have to do is, suppose you have to use this parameter 1 in any of the method of that class, then what you have to write is you have to use a self keyword, then dot and param1, then only you can access that parameter. Okay, so let's create one object. So for I am creating my object as so for my and object which is my object which is equals to a name of a class. So name of a class, and I'm passing here two parameters. So for I'm passing, first is snare and second is for j. Okay, perfect, right? Okay, now what does this statement do? Okay, I created, this is the object, my object name is my obj. It is the syntax, like I have to write object name, then equals to, then what I have to write is the name of the class, and if you are passing a parameter, then write that parameter. So if you are not passing that parameters, that simply keep it empty. Okay, so let's call this method of this particular class. So what I have to write is just write my object, means the name of the object, like my obj dot that particular method. So method like this, and as I want to print, I don't have to print because it will be printing. So let's see whether it's working or not. I printed something wrong. Printing it right, so it should print my math. Oh sorry, here I have to write a print sys, then only it will call the method c. It will print the perfect snare. Okay, so let's create another example of a class. Therefore I'm creating an example like a class dog. Okay, like a class, and I'm writing a class dog. Perfect. You can whether add a parentheses or you can basically move it out, it's your choice. Now I'm creating here a init method. So what I have to write is just init method like this. Just remove it out, so I don't want this, and I'm assigning like a breed self. First let's pass a parameter. So what type of parameters I want to pass is breed, and I want to pass a name like this. Okay, so I'm assigning it that I'm telling that I am the particular variable or attribute of this particular class dog. So what I have to write is self dot breed like this, breed which is equals to breed, that the passed which is equals to breed means the passed parameters. Okay, so self dot, now what is name, self dot name, which I am assigning it to a name. I have to write here f. Okay, perfect. Now what I am doing is I am creating one method, name is bark like this, bark, and what I am doing is inside okay, what I am doing is just passing a self keyword, and with I am passing a number like this, number. Okay, means I am making one type of method that also takes arguments, parameters you can tell, or arguments also you can tell. Well, now what I have to print is, therefore I have to print that particular what I have to print is, so what I'm printing a breed, name and number. Okay, so what I have to write is woof, so for woof, and then what we're going, yeah. Then so for I have to print a name. So what I have to write? Just name. Oh sorry, something matter. Just rub it. I'm printing simply a breed name and okay. So what I have to write is breed self dot breed. Yeah, sorry, self dot breed like this. Perfect. And self dot, oh sorry, I have to print self dot that particular name. Okay, perfect, right? Particular name. And so for let's make a one type of function, not functions, sorry, let's make a object. Yeah, so what type of object I'm making is my dog. So for my dog, which will be equals to the particular class. So for dog, and I'm passing here the two types of parameters. Therefore I'm passing a breed as what type of breed I'm passing. Do you know any breed? So for lab, yeah, lab. I don't know whether this type of breed is exists or not, so don't go for it. And what I have to write as a name, so for Frankie, I'm writing a Frankie like this. Okay, perfect. And later on I will be accessing that method by using a name of that particular object. So my dog dot bark like this. Okay, now as we have passed this argument, what I have to write is, suppose let's proper understand, print that number also, like print then this particular number which is equals to, say for like this number. Okay, and what I have to do is, when calling this method, I have to pass her argument in this, because it is taking one argument. So for it is a number, so I am passing like this. Perfect. Now let's check it. See, lab, then Frankie, and as we have passed the 2, so it will print as a 2. Okay, hope guys you like it, share it, and this is the core example of class and objects. Later we will dive it into the class and objects with the advanced mode. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe it. See you in next video. Like a Hellcat.